All right. Episode 49, I believe, of the Takeaway
49.
Podcast.
We
49.
back. We back with another one.
Yep. We took last week
Definitely.
off. Basically what happened was me and Vince started having a conversation. We've been talking about for a while about how we're creeping up on the end of the first year. So last week we basically just started talking about how we feel about the show, where we're going from here, and it actually ended up being a really good conversation. And so with that being said, we got a lot of good things in store for the next season. Year 2, we're
Year
excited.
2,
We'll
season
keep it
2.
under wraps for now, but y'all should be looking forward to it. Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited. I think we had a great convo. I'm excited for season 2. Ready to
For
give the people on what they want.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, we spent a lot of this first year figuring out how to do a podcast,
Yeah.
2 weeks before we started, launched the show, neither of us knew what we were doing.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We barely kind of know what we're doing still. It
Yeah,
just kind of was can we just make an episode?
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah. And, through having guests on and technical difficulties and everything, I feel like we have it down now. So, the conversation last week was basically just all right, how do we make it better? Where do we go from here? What areas are we great at? What areas do we need to improve?
Yeah.
So for everyone listening, it's actually a good thing that we took last week off. And you guys will see that in the coming weeks, whatever.
Shout out to Corona, because I feel like some of that shit, wouldn't have happened if we didn't have the time to actually talk about it and think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's given everybody a time to reflect, because we're creeping into that stage where I don't know about you, Vince, but I'm bored, officially bored. So now it's I spend a lot of my time going on walks, thinking, reading books, whatever, things that aren't actually a normal part of my routine.
Mm-hmm.
I know I know the importance of these things, but I don't actually have or I guess I don't make time for them.
Yeah.
So now I'm going on walks, going on runs, all this stuff, and so it gives me time to think about things, and I think a lot of people are going through that. It seems at least. I mean, I don't really know, but I feel like we spent the first month and a half or 2 months or however long this has been going on, everyone's just okay, I'm doing my at-home hobbies now. For a lot of people that's Netflix, a lot of people that's drinking at home, whatever it is for you. But I think now, because we've been in this so long, it's all right, now what? And at least that's what I'm going through.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I kind of so do you think you're going to continue the walking and book reading, or that's just temporary?
You're saying post quarantine?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure reading, because reading is something that I've always tried, basically the way I can explain it is I'll have a really good 2 weeks of maybe 2 books in 2 weeks or whatever. And then I'll just, either get busy or just forget to read or whatever. So reading is something I've always tried to implement. So for sure reading, but as far as walking goes, in a perfect world, yeah. But the thing about walking is it does take an hour and a half or an hour, so it is a chunk of time. It is an investment. But particularly for me, I've been trying to do my walks in the morning if I have the time to walk. So it actually gives me a second to wake up and think about the day. Whereas normally I just kind of wake up, make my coffee. All right, let's get to work, So having the walk in the morning is kind of all right, let me mentally clear my brain for the day or the next few hours or whatever I'm going to be doing, So it's, as far as seeing the importance of it, it's huge to me. Now, I think it's going to be tough when this is over to implement it. And especially, I mean, we live in Michigan, so the winter is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going for a walk and it's 20 degrees out and snowing, but I think at least some sort of physical, low intensity physical activity in the morning, I think is good for me. And I think I'll make it part of the routine. So whether that's yoga or walking or whatever it is,
Yeah, That's interesting. Um,
Hmm.
I feel like if I were to take a eagle eye view of how I spend my time, one, I realize how incredibly inefficient I am
Mm,
about going about anything in my life.
mm,
I'm such incredibly inefficient because it's like, even though I might do thinking for other people or other things, like I rarely do enough thinking for myself. If that makes sense. Like
oh
I'll just
yeah.
like see how I go about things. I'm also like feeling that like I'm also like incredibly lazy in some things too.
Mm.
And so
Like
like
in some aspects of your life, or what do you mean?
yeah, like I'm such a
Okay.
hot or cold kind of person.
Mm. Like either you got it that day or you don't got it.
All right, I fucking got it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
so
Yep.
so like I'm really like trying to like uh work and all those kind of things. And so me too though, like I ask myself like how much good of the stuff I've been doing can I keep up?
Mm.
And like do I want to keep up or am I just doing this to fill time?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Like am I crafting another persona of myself to kind of just enjoy quarantine a little bit better? Or this is like who I actually am.
Yeah,
I yeah, that's where I'm at kind of.
I get you. So has boredom set in at all for you or no?
I feel like I feel like it did. I feel like
Mm.
I really couldn't recognize it, but I think it did because like I'm doing shit that I probably would have done before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that's out of
Like
boredom
out of yeah, yeah.
more than
Maybe.
more than inspiration, right? Like you get an hour to kill, like well, I might as well fucking read a book type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
I mean, nothing else to fucking do. Don't watch all the shows. Don't
Mm.
watch every movie. Like I'm not watching. Like I picked up a YouTuber. So like so I'm into like I'm now into Black YouTube.
Mm. That's a community?
Yeah,
Huh,
like
interesting.
there's like a group of all these Black YouTubers that for some reason never get like they get views, but like they're never like
On the
really
homepage
out.
or whatever.
They're not out here, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, wait a minute, like, cause like you think about it, like name one big Black YouTuber, other than the tech guy.
I literally was just about to say Marquez
Same.
Brownlee. That's funny. Nah, I mean I really can't think. Um,
Exactly right.
I feel like it's only because you put me on the spot though.
No, it's not trying to get you or saying that like you don't care
No,
about
no, no.
Black
But I
creators.
mean like no,
No,
I
I'm
mean
the
you
same
might be
way
right,
too, though.
bro. You might be
I was
right.
the same way though. I never watched Black YouTube like that.
Yeah. Well, I think to your point, like most people probably don't know that it
Doesn't even
exists.
register.
Right.
So, do you know this guy named DDG?
Yeah, yeah. Pontiac made DDG.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he
So he's
cold.
like from Michigan. So
Hmm.
he's from the Great Lakes or whatever. And like, man's like,
He's a vlogger, right?
he's a
Or he does like
vlogger. Like,
reactions or something.
yeah.
Is he
So
a
like,
vlogger?
I got into his videos. He does reactions, vlogs. He makes music, and it's
Okay.
not bad.
I know he makes. Yeah, he's a pretty good artist, bro. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
like, oh shit, he makes music. And I started going down like this like trend of all these like Black YouTubers. And I think like
Okay.
he is like the current big guy.
Mm.
Like I don't see like anyone that's like getting the same views as he's getting. But yeah, now I'm into like all these like, and it's just funny to see like kind of stuff, different kind of content that they make versus what other people make.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, like one of the guys' names I started watching, his name is like Fonzie, and he
Mm.
just does like all these like pranks on girls.
Mm.
He'd be like, he'd be like in the bed with them, like, all right, like I want to give you a baby type shit, and then see their reaction.
For
Now
on
I
camera? What the
on
hell?
camera, bro. So
That's
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure like that shit is like also just like set up,
Hmm. I
but
mean,
it
yeah.
is
I feel like most of the time it is.
but it's just funny to see that like that content does well.
Yeah.
And like I'll never think of like as a YouTuber like, oh, let me like ask one of my friends over and tell her that I like her.
Mm.
I'll put a baby in her and see her reaction.
Mm.
It's like funny as
I'll
fuck,
have to check that
actually.
out. That's funny.
It's actually funny as fuck. And then, like they're Black people, so like they say shit is like funny as hell. Like
Hmm.
one of the times like they're just messing with these girls and he's like, we didn't come over here for nothing. And it's just like, bro, what? That's so toxic, bro. But like they just be saying off the cuff shit, and they be like setting cameras up, and just like funny.
Okay. So you're falling down like the YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm deep in the YouTube rabbit hole right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
Everyone does that.
also outside of that, I'm not watching those kind of videos on YouTube to kill time. I'm watching skateboarding videos,
Really?
and I blame Mikey for sure. Dude, there's this kid named Andy Anderson,
I never
and
heard of
like,
him.
yeah, like all skateboarders, what they do is cool to me, but I could definitely tell like, this fucking kid Andy.
Is he young or
Guys, like,
something?
look up Andy Anderson. Yeah, he must be. I think he's around our age.
Okay.
And this kid, bro, like beast.
Yeah.
Like you see skateboarders do shit, like there's no way Hawk could ever do it. Then you see the shit he does, and then their reaction is like, I can't do that. And we're
Mm.
talking about pro skaters that are like
Mm.
paid. Like, no, I can't
Yeah.
even do that. And I'm just like, bro, this kid is just like. So I've been watching a lot of skateboard videos. I probably never hop on a board, but it's just like cool to like need to like see like the shit that they do. Cause that talk about mental toughness, like that's a cool
Man.
sport.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Skateboarding. I feel like skateboarding is like a sport or competition
No,
thing that like everyone likes. You know, like
yeah,
it's one of those things that obviously most people don't watch, but I feel like everyone enjoys it when they do get a chance to watch it. You know.
yeah,
Like if you go to a park and like kids are skating, like I'm pretty sure anybody wouldn't mind like sitting there watching for like 30 minutes or whatever. You know, it's just like so easy. It's easy to understand and then it's easy to appreciate at the same time.
yep,
You know, like it's just
yep,
someone on a board with wheels. Like it's pretty easy. But the fact that they can come over this bowl and do a spin and grab it, you know, it's just like the stuff that they can do is crazy.
yeah. And I think you instantly know that like that shit is not easy to do.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So there's like a poetic justice to it. It's kind of just like, damn.
Yeah, and like the rebellious nature of it too, you know.
Yeah, the
Like
whole
our
culture.
human nature, we're attracted to like rebellion. So like their whole culture, that's what it's about. So it's
Yeah,
like so easy to gravitate to, you know.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nah,
Speaking
yeah.
of skating, bro, did you see that they're remaking Tony Hawk 1 and 2? Like
Oh,
the
they
games
really?
from back in the day? Yeah. Did you ever play those?
I did. I know they're
Yeah.
remaking them.
Yeah, yeah. Tony Hawk announced it on his birthday, which I think was like maybe like 4 days ago now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're putting it out on like Xbox and everything. Like, dog, it's like August, unfortunately, so it's a while away. But like, bro, I'm about to be trapped in the house. I'm not leaving. Like, I hope you might as well extend quarantine to January because I'm in the house
Yeah, I
playing
mean, we're
Tony
probably
Hawk.
gonna. It's gonna be fall anyway. It'll be cold season. So you might as well just stay in the crib and.
Yeah, I'm playing Tony Hawk. I don't know what you're doing, but bro, yo,
Bro, that fucking
especially
is so
Tony Hawk,
smart.
bro, especially Tony Hawk number 2. That was like one of the first games I ever fell in love with. Like
Yeah, bro.
growing up like fresh out of the womb, my brother and my dad were playing Mario, so I grew up like playing Mario.
Okay.
But like we got the N64 and I remember having Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and that was like the first game that I was like, okay, I'm a gamer. You know, cuz like everybody played Mario and Pac-Man, like whatever. But
Yeah.
like that was the game where I was like, okay, like
No,
this
Steven
like
Tony Hawk shit real quick.
yeah, I was like, okay, gaming's me. Like this is what I do, you know.
Oh shit. I
Yeah.
wonder why they're taking so long. Are they changing a lot of shit up in it too?
Well, I mean, I'm
Are they,
sure it's like
are
for
they, just
marketing reasons, but
are they gonna just re-release the whole game, just put it back on shelves type shit?
yeah. So like the way I don't know how they're doing it in particular, but the way
Yeah.
gaming culture works, if you remake an old game and you change anything, people aren't gonna buy it. Like
Yeah,
even
'cause that's not what they
like
want.
yeah, like even going down to bugs and stuff. Like if you fix anything, not even just change anything, if you fix anything, people will get mad. So if hopefully, I mean, and for the most part, the industry's figured that out.
Yeah,
So you know, it'll just be like a graphic overhaul, and maybe they'll add like a level or something, and then that'll be it.
that'd be sick. Cause I wonder, like, are they gonna keep? I was curious about, like, you gonna put
Yeah.
this bad boy in your Xbox and look exactly the same way or whatever. Like,
Well, so some games will have like a button that you can switch, and it'll go to like the old graphics, which is definitely like your cup of tea or whatever. So like
yeah,
for me, that's what I enjoy is like playing the old graphics. So like playing Halo, they remade the Halos and like put them on the new consoles.
yeah,
And like, bro, I'll switch to the old graphics, and that's what I'm
real
playing
quick.
on. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
Hopefully
grew
they
up
have
on
that
as well.
option. Yeah, I guess it's just like the nostalgia.
Yeah, that's such a smart move, bro. Cause I remember like that. I think that really took Tony Hawk to like the next level. I think every kid played that game.
Yeah, I think, you know, personally, like, and I hate admitting this because I'm such a Tony Hawk fan, but unfortunately, I have to come to terms with I never saw him compete ever. So,
Oh,
like, you know, I have a love for Tony Hawk, but it's mainly coming from like the games and him as a person.
no, that's what
You
I'm
know,
saying. Like,
like, yeah,
I played the games. I never once picked up a skateboard, tried to
yeah,
skateboard,
yeah,
whatever went to. Like, it didn't make me a fan. Like, it made me appreciate skateboarding. It made me
hmm
become a fan of Tony Hawk.
yeah,
Because, and like, I bet, like, for other kids, I mean, that made them want to skate even more. But like for me, that was really the fucking case.
yeah. I think it's like an age thing. Like, I bet for people who actually grew up watching him compete, so someone like my brother's age, who's like 6 years older than me or whatever, 6 or 8 years, like he was at that age where like he could play the game and then go outside and skate and then like watch Tony Hawk at night or whatever, you know. But like it just I was like, you know, 5 or whatever, you know.
I
I don't
remember
even know how to work a TV like that.
I remember the switch. So it was organized sports that everyone played. So either you play
hmm
little league, baseball, football, soccer, basketball. Your parents probably had you in one of them, right?
hmm
If you're anywhere near athletic or into sports, or they'll try to get you into them, right? Then after that, there was the video game culture,
hmm
which was divided between outside time.
hmm
So I think as kids, we played outside and we played video games. That was pretty much the summer.
Yep.
So you went outside and you got to like shit, and then you play video games. Then there was like the bike culture, where everyone
Mm.
had like a bike, a mountain bike or some sort, right? And then kids were just riding bikes, right? Stealing bikes. So
Yeah.
you got something to do. Like you had bikes. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And right up to that point is when I'll break it down for you. Is when scooters, skateboards, and Nintendo DSs and Game Boys,
Mm.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards were all in the mix
Yep. At the same time.
at the same time.
Yeah.
And literally, when I go back in my head, you had to pick who you're gonna fucking be. Were you gonna
That
were you
was
gonna
like
be
draft day.
yeah, that was draft day. Like I think around like 12, 11, 12, 13, like 11, 12, really.
Yeah.
You kind of pick of what kind of person you're gonna be. We're
Mm.
gonna be an outdoorsy kid that still rode bikes and got into like shit. We're gonna be playing video games more and
Mm.
stop being outside as much. Where you're gonna play soccer and try to take that shit seriously, or basketball. Because I
hmm
remember that like I knew that like at that point that I wasn't gonna play sports seriously. I know I didn't
Yeah.
have it, but some kids are like, nah, bro, like I'm playing football, and like you instantly kind of knew that like, oh, this kid's gonna play like really good at football,
hmm
right? Because it's past being fun now. Like we're about to get into high school and then we're about to get into college. We didn't think that way as kids. I'm just talking from big boy language.
Right.
And then I remember the kids that all got into skateboarding, and it was like so many kids. There was skinny jeans, skateboarding, and DCs. And personally, I hated the look so much that that's the only reason why I didn't get into skateboarding.
Mm.
I didn't want to wear big ass shoes. I didn't want to wear fucking tight ass jeans.
Yeah.
I just wasn't into it. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking skate.
No, that's a good point, yo. I didn't even think like it's almost like a direct switch happened. I remember um like middle school, if you brought your skateboard to school or whatever, you were like a weirdo. People were like, why you know, like people made fun of you. But
Yeah,
then it's like, you know, fast forward like maybe sophomore, junior year of high school, and the kids
didn't
outside
pick it.
that were skating around was like, oh, this is cool now. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know when the switch happened. Maybe it was just high school is when the switch
it
happened.
happened
But
when
like,
that kid kept bringing his skateboard to school instead of playing with the other kids. They were skateboarding. They had a little corner where they skateboarded at,
mm,
and that's when like people weren't thinking about destructive behavior because they weren't good.
yeah,
By sophomore year, these kids are doing rail slides and whatever,
yeah,
and it's like, oh damn, like, these kids are like good as
they're
fucking.
actually good at it now. Yeah, yeah. And now we're in a situation. I think we talked about it with it was probably Mikey when Mikey was on, but I think we talked about like as far as culture and like trend setting, I think you have, you know, rappers or maybe just musicians in general, like artists, and then you have like skaters. And then like between the two, they kind of determine what's cool, you know?
Oh, 100%.
And it's been that way for maybe 10 years now. Like whatever
But
the skaters are
forever.
doing and whatever the rappers are doing, that's what we're doing. You know, that's
Like,
just cool.
no, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I
urban
mean, to your
culture,
point, like the skinny jeans, bro.
it's all urban culture.
Yeah.
It's all
Like,
the other side, the people that you don't think about, the rejects,
mm,
are the ones that like make peanut butter, and we all love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
hey,
Are the ones that are like doing weird dances and wear like
now
hair.
we're Fortnite emotes.
Yeah, like I was looking at like
Yeah.
all these. So I'm not trying to get into like getting trannies or whatever or not, but like
Mhm.
all these old bands, these men used to wear women's clothes, wear
Mhm.
makeup, like, and they
Mhm.
were like considered fucking weirdos, right? And now you see, like,
Yeah.
fast forward, it's like, well, maybe they were always this is how they felt, but they didn't really like they didn't talk about it like that,
Right.
right?
And now it's on it. Now it's like, oh, if you make fun of someone for dressing a certain way, it's like offensive.
It's offensive.
You know, it's like, but wait, like 10 years ago, like I was getting made fun of for wearing that. You know,
No, exactly.
and it's just funny. I mean, like skinny jeans is like the biggest example because, like, even if you go back to like the early 2000s, like Lil Wayne and LeBron, like, bro, the baggier the clothes, the better. You know,
Which is
and
also
then all of a sudden there comes these skateboarders, and now literally everyone is wearing skinny jeans. And I think thankfully we've left skinny and we're like in slim now, and I think that's where we should stay, is like slim jeans.
well, they're slim, and a lot of skaters obviously they rock baggy shit too now. It's like
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it's gone backwards, isn't it? Like people
They're
will
baggy.
wear like a t-shirt over a long sleeve and it's like
Yeah,
super
it's that
baggy,
baggy.
and it's
But
like,
like,
wait, like
you want to hear something crazy though?
uh
This is when I knew that like America is like behind in fashion. Well, not the last time, but the time before the last time I went to London,
mm.
all the skateboarders were wearing baggy ass shit. And
Not
this
even
is
just the people, like the skateboarders over there
just
too.
skateboarders.
Mm.
Everybody else is wearing regular clothes, tight shit, whatever.
Mm.
All these skateboarders were in baggy ass shit, and that was like 4 years ago, type shit.
Mm. And now we're like progressing backwards.
Yeah, not when
It
I
is
finally caught
funny.
on.
Yeah. No, that is funny. Like I feel like the most prevalent industry where the quote like history repeats itself is true is fashion. Like,
Oh yeah,
you know, up until 5 years ago, like the kids wearing like big brand logos like NASA or whatever, those were like the weird kids. And now it's like, yo, we got NASA shirts at H&M, PacSun, you know, like
yep.
people are wearing like Coca-Cola t-shirts, like, and it's just funny how like it's like it's literally like a cycle, you know.
No, it is funny. I think it's just like early adopters.
Yeah, like I'm excited for when we're like 30 and 90s fashion comes back and I start dressing like the Fresh Prince. Like
Yeah,
that's gonna be dope. Maybe we need to start that wave again.
yeah, like or like our kids, what like or start dressing like our older brothers and
Hmm.
sisters did.
Yeah, bro, it's funny because like
That'd be weird as fuck.
just you saying that, like, bro, it reminds me of, I remember one of the first, or probably like the only times my dad has ever commented on what I wear. He said, I came downstairs. I mean, you probably remember, like, I think it was like middle school. All of a sudden, tube socks became cool.
Okay.
And on top of that, like, you know, the more tube socks you were wearing, the cooler. You remember the dudes that would have like 5 Nike stripes on their side of their foot because they had like 5 pairs of socks on?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I never did that, but like I started wearing tube socks because they were cool now, you know. And I remember I came downstairs and my dad he started laughing at me. And I was like, "Why? Like, what's up?" He was like in my day, the only people who wore tube socks were cheerleaders. And so like if he's 60, so like if you go back in the day, like it's not a
Yeah,
good look to be a cheerleader if you're a guy, you know.
yeah, yeah. No, you're
And so
looking
now
better.
like full circle, like we're wearing tube socks and they're cool now, you know. It's just funny. Like,
No, yeah, like I had a moment like that too with ripped jeans. Remember like
mm,
AirPods, not AirPods, Abercrombie.
yeah, the little kneecaps were like gone.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
so my dad had the same reaction. He's also 60, and his reaction was kind of like, "Yo, if you wore ripped jeans, it means that you were poor. You didn't have any money."
Right.
and like you look raggedy. In hindsight, we all did look fucking stupid wearing ripped jeans. Like when
Yeah,
you
I
really
think
think
we're
about
at like the stage that people are at now with like the slits,
it.
like the
Yeah,
cuts. I think that's like a cool look. But what we were doing, bro, with like the hole in the jeans, but the fabric was still there and it was like hanging out.
yeah,
It was like, bro, what were we doing?
bro. Like, and we paid premium prices for that.
Yeah, for less jeans.
Like, talk about why Abercrombie is probably still around to this day.
Uh,
The amount of money they've made in half making jeans. They go to the factory like, yo, don't even make it that good.
cut it.
Like, cut it. Matter of fact, use cheap denim.
Mm,
Don't even like, don't even finish sewing it correctly. They love
mm.
it. This is an energy.
Yo, I don't know. I would actually be interested to know, like, do kids in middle schools, are they wearing Hollister still? Like, I don't know.
I think so.
You think? I mean, they're still in business, so like I'd assume so. Like I know none of us wear it anymore.
I definitely feel like a lot of this shit is different. Like these little ass girls specifically are dressing like grown ass women, which is like I don't know if that's always been the case, but it seems more prevalent now because they're like you'll see like a 13-year-old, 12-year-old dressing like she's like 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just driving through and we seen like these little ass girls wearing like those short tank tops, whatever.
Mm.
And I'm just like thinking in my head like, yo, so like, does your parents not care?
Yeah, like when I see that, it makes me go back to like, yo, did girls just like that when I was in school?
No.
But it's like I'll pull up like pictures, or I guess like get out pictures because we
Yeah.
didn't really have socials. And I'll like look at these pictures. I'm like, yo, this is what we were wearing. Like I was wearing Star Wars shirts and stuff to school.
Yeah, bro.
Where are these kids getting like all this like swag from? You know what I mean?
Bro, it's just like the times, bro. Like I
Yeah.
remember like freshman year, snapbacks were cool and everyone had like snapbacks.
Yeah.
That was like eighth grade, end of seventh grade, eighth grade, freshman year. Snapbacks were cool.
And
Definitely because
the
Big
snap
Sean was
had to be a different color than the hat too. Like the snap had to be pronounced, you know.
yeah.
It had to be like a black hat with like a red velcro or whatever it is,
Yeah,
like
and they
red
matched your whole
plastic.
fit. You were all
Yeah.
matchy matchy.
Yeah. You had
And,
to wear some shirt with like a big graphic on it too.
yeah, and that
Yeah.
was like the cool thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't remember like girls ever wearing like
I don't
going
remember
to
either.
school wearing like a tank top on. That's being okay. I remember they had like the finger rule. Remember,
Yeah.
like
Wear short shorts or whatever.
your shorts are too short. Like, do
Mm-hmm.
they even do that now at school?
Beats me. I feel like it's one of
Or you
those
can't
tough.
tell kids what to wear?
That I was gonna say it's one of those tough situations where like we're not allowed to have those type of conversations anymore. You know, and I don't think we should get into it here, but like, you know, I think sometimes the conversation needs to be had, and that's all I'm gonna say on it. That's
No,
all I'm gonna say.
definitely. Like people are tripping, bro.
Yo, but one thing that like the weird kids did in school that never caught on was like furries or whatever. Like the people who wore tails and
Ah,
like the ears, you know what I mean?
yeah, well, those are super weird kids.
Dude,
Those are the kids.
that one has never caught on, and I don't think it ever will, dog.
What do you think those kids are doing now?
Bro, they all have kids. Anyone who bro, this is a fact. Anyone who in middle school was drinking Rockstar and wearing one of those Cookie Monster hats has a kid, 100%. And they're all the most active people on your Facebook timeline, yo.
Oh,
those people.
they going hard.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
what are their jobs though? Are they like in tech? Are they like coding? Or do they work at like Walmart?
Yeah.
They work at
First of
Walmart.
all, nothing against people who work at Walmart, but like those are the people that like yeah. That's all. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I don't want to dig myself.
Nah, bro, say what you feel, bro. But like, nah, like seriously, like, not to your point. Now that I'm thinking about it, bro. And so many people have kids, bro.
Mm.
Which is like,
Yeah, that'll have like I feel like it happens once a week. I'll get like recommended to follow someone on Instagram or like a friend on Facebook, and
yeah,
it's someone from like middle school, and the first picture I see is like them with 2 kids or like 3 kids. I'm like, what the like when did that
yeah,
happen? Like come to find out the reason why they weren't around junior senior year was because they had their first kid, and then you know
yeah. And then people got fat. Like, I'm part of that. I got fat.
oh yeah.
Like people got fat for sure. But it's all,
Yeah.
and like the cliches are so right. The hot
Mm.
girls
Man.
have bellies, not that
Mhm.
hot.
Or like my
The hot
favorite,
dudes,
not my favorite. This sounds disrespectful, but like the attractive girl who got where she was, or like got the status because she was cute.
yeah,
And then the hard thing is like you go to college and now you're one in, like there's 100 girls on campus that look like you. That's like an ego
exactly.
hit. You know what I mean?
Well, some of them stopped taking care of themselves too.
Mm,
They got by on their natural beauty, and so
mm,
they have that. Now they have a jewel addiction and a White Claw addiction. And
mm.
sorry, some ladies listen
Preach.
right now, and they
Uh,
look about 32 right now, and that's
mm,
facts.
yeah.
Overly tanning, the weird flower tattoo on the
Maybe
arm,
maybe smoking cigs too on top of all of it.
right? You know what I'm talking about? The weird, you know that
Oh
flower
yeah, the ones
that's
that
not
don't really
filled.
make sense.
It's not filled in yet.
They got they got like
Right.
the Native American pattern flag on the wall,
Yep,
you know, and we all
yep,
know what that means.
yep. And then like
Yeah.
the girl that like you didn't pay attention to
Yo, yeah,
got bad,
yeah,
and they have weird tattoos. Either the one right here, like
mm,
under, like right, or
yeah.
on the front, right. And tell me I'm lying, bro.
No, this is all facts.
And they're all bad as fuck right now, type shit. And
Yo,
then
it's funny, like,
you try to spit game to them, and they're
but
not
it's
fucking
like
with
you
you.
curved me. Yeah, 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 yeah,
No, but we didn't curve them. Like we were all on the same level. We all were
yeah.
getting curved, but
No, that's true.
they know that they can get
Mm-hmm.
a different dude. I don't know. I don't know the reaction is with me, but like maybe I just come in too smooth or too hot, and they're like, "Fuck
Hey,
that."
hey.
Uh,
No, I
but
feel like,
like,
I mean, yo, it's like, what would be funny is like line up like who we said was the prettiest girl in high school, and line it up with who's the prettiest now. And it's like, yo, I bet it was like the girl that we all made fun of, and she's like now gorgeous because we didn't realize that, oh, most people don't hit their peak appearance at 18. You know,
exactly.
most people hit that at like 25 or whatever.
You know, people didn't get their
Yeah,
glow up.
yeah,
I wonder who in my class was the best looking, where they're at now. I'm not gonna say it because obviously people be listening to this shit.
yeah, yeah.
But there's a couple girls I think all the men could agree on.
Mm.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
at
I mean,
I
every school had that list, you know.
think at EK it was the Untouchables.
Mm.
Like
That
they
they
better look
dated someone from a different school. They didn't really mess with anybody.
than that's anybody. Like no one could
Yeah,
get it. And then like
yeah, yeah,
you didn't go like if like this man couldn't get it, there's no way in hell you were gonna try.
yeah.
You know, type shit like bro, you couldn't
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
why can I can't, you know?
yeah. High school was interesting, bro. Yeah,
College is lit though.
and now we're
Life is
here.
better. Now we're here.
Now
But
we're
yeah,
here.
so to all the kids listening who are younger, the cliches are true.
Yeah,
So the star athlete probably didn't make it to the school he wanted to go to, and is probably a landscaper
or
or like
rapping.
or rapping
Yeah,
or working some shitty job.
yeah,
The hot girl who played you, curved you, she got a nicotine addiction,
she a bartender.
shitty extensions, shitty
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
bartender.
Basically, it comes down to just like, yo, if only thing you're bringing to the table is your appearance, then you're gonna realize that your plate's pretty empty. You know, you got to bring more to the table than the way you look, because the way you look goes away really quick, but what you bring to the table doesn't. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
so let's talk about that for a second.
Hmm.
How has your view on people attractiveness has changed since you got older? I feel like
Mm.
I'm
Like
able to
what I find attractive? Is that what you're asking?
not only what you add that to it too. What not only what are you finding attractive, or like more like clear headed, I guess, or more like
Mm.
I'll see. I don't know if I'm becoming is it misogynistic. I don't know what it is. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
that's what
mean, depending on what you're about to say, yeah.
I don't know if I'm at that level, but like, bro, so many women like I'm not like really quote unquote, and I'm not saying I'm some hot dude by the way, but it's just not phased. But when I was younger,
Mm.
like Google eyed type shit,
Mm. Yeah, I mean that's everybody.
you know. But I see that with
I've,
like even dudes too, or like not saying attractive, but like I'll be like I'll make some guy in my head that he's like the pinnacle, like whatever.
mm-hmm.
And now I see like people like that are just people in the world, and like I haven't been intimidated like visually by anybody in years.
Mm. You know what I think? You probably will agree with this, but like for me, because I share that,
Yeah.
like obviously there's levels to attractiveness, but um, I think for me it's like you quickly realize if you're into like the side of getting to know people, like actually making friends. Like if you're a social person, I think what you realize is like everyone has preferences, and like no matter how attractive the girl is, she's gonna have a preference a certain way.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
vice
think
versa.
we can all agree that Post Malone isn't the most attractive dude, but for some
Yeah.
reason, there's a lot of women out there that find him very attractive. So I think once you, especially like if you spend time getting to know women and not just like trying to like hook up with them, like if you try to get to know them, like you realize that they have preferences. And so like that girl that might have been so unapproachable is like, okay, like I might be her type. So I'm gonna shoot my shot anyway, because I just might
You
be
just
her
shoot.
type of thing. You know?
You just shoot regardless.
That's like one thing I've realized. Is like, yo, like there's a lot of people that I consider unattractive that women find attractive. So like, and that doesn't mean that they have bad taste. It just means that they have a certain flavor
Yeah.
that they like. You know what I mean?
That's funny. That's funny how, yeah. No, I agree with that.
And
So,
that's men and women as well. Like men
no,
also
yeah.
have that,
No, it's the same as on both coins. All right.
Yeah.
So, how good are you at, you had to be real, of ranking yourself in a 1 to 10 scale?
This is tough for me, bro. All right, let me set it up before I
Like,
give
do
my
you really
number.
think, like, deep down, like, you're a bad bitch type shit, or do you like feel like you're fuck?
So all right. Let me like explain,
Also,
and
real
then I'll
shit.
give you
Like,
the number. I'll give you the number at
all
the
right.
end.
Okay.
So we talked about it on the show. I spent a very long time being overweight and unattractive and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So low key, bro. Low key.
Yeah.
When I am in like my fitness, like I'm focused on fitness and like I feel slim, I look good, da da da.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. And
At that moment, you don't think anyone looks better than you type shit.
yeah, like if we pulled up to like a function, yeah, I'm
You're
like,
like,
all right.
you'd be like, I'm the best looking one here.
But I'll be honest. I'm not that best. I'm not the best at dressing at the moment. So
Yeah.
I do recognize that people can outperform me based on that.
But it's not off looks though in your head.
But yo, if we're lining up on looks, hey, let that smile happen and let's see what happens. Hey, hey, and hey, that's all ego, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I think you have to have that confidence because, like, well, let's bring it to basketball. Like every basketball player in the world says you have to believe that you step on the court and you're the best on the court.
Okay, so for you, is it fostered or you actually believe it?
I mean, yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
That's
But
funny,
yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie for the show. I do.
No, because I've been around you. I was about to say, like, I feel it that you believe that you're the best looking one in the room a
Yeah.
lot of times, and the smartest too, for sure.
The smartest thing is something that, like, hey, I'm definitely more confident about the looks than the smarts. I'm not gonna lie, but I am confident about the smarts. I'm not gonna front.
Okay,
What
so
about you though? Like, when you walk in a room, how you feel?
I honestly, and like for real,
Mm.
like I feel like I'm average.
For real?
No, seriously. Like people don't believe me when I say this shit. I don't. I actually feel
I
like
think
I'm
we've
like,
had this conversation before because I remember you saying
yeah. I feel like I'm like medium ugly kind of shit.
like a dash of ugly.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not photogenic really. Like if I dress kind of good, I might look good in person. I'm better looking in person. Like I feel like my looks are just like subpar and average. Like
Is that like a recent thing or has that been
no,
like that
always.
the whole? Okay. I was gonna
Comes
say, is
to,
it like a certain thing?
no, always. I always felt that. I'm like, yo, I'm not that good looking. Now,
Did you
once
get
in a while,
curved early on or something like that? Like, where'd that come from?
I get curved to this day.
Hey, relatable, bro. Relatable.
And so
Yeah.
like when this is so so I'm just like, all right, like I know that I'm not like physically the most I don't believe I'm the most physically attractive person, right? And I'll foster it sometimes where I'm like, yeah, I'm good looking, yeah, I'm sexy as fuck. That's me fostering it. I don't actually believe it. That's me just saying it, but I feel like I look good in an outfit. But this is where I get the most confident. I think I have not met one person who has a better personality than me. Especially when
Hey,
I get fucking cocky
I
as
love
fuck.
it.
Bro, I'm like ugly as fuck, but like I become a 9 real quick.
Hey,
Cause like I have the dopest personality. Like I don't know anybody who is
yeah.
funnier than me, who can hold multiple combos than me, who's so multifaceted, who can get deep, who can get emotional, who also can be a tough guy. Like
So there it is.
that's where I get confident. I get
So
confident that like, yo, no, I have not like to be honest, bro. Like no one has a better personality than me. I have not met one person that I was like, okay.
so
When it
you
comes
thrive. You thrive on the alley oop. Like if you walk in with a group, and like you need someone else to break the ice, and then you're good to shine, type of thing.
yeah, like if
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
We've had the conversation about roles. Like we know our roles, but
yeah, know your roles.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
like, uh, yeah, no, seriously. But I do realize that like my personality it's hard to get into type shit.
What do you mean?
So the way I like to describe it, like it's like takeout. There's like takeout with pizza, then there's takeout with like my food. Like
Mm,
you gotta have a way to go home to eat my food. You can't be really eating it in the car.
mm.
Some people's personality is like pizza. Like it's easy, you bite it, it tastes good, but then it's like it
And
starts there and
yeah,
ends there.
yeah.
And some people really love pizza. You know what I'm saying? But like some people also like meals,
Mm,
multifaceted flavor type shit.
yeah.
And you
Good
that
for
kind
the
of
soul
person,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
No, I
you
mean,
know,
I think that goes down to like like what we said about like every girl and every man has their like we all have tastes naturally, you know? Like one of
yeah,
the things like I think probably the best example for me personally is like, yo, I find glasses on men and women attractive, you know? Like
yeah.
regardless of if you're actually smart, like I find it attractive or whatever.
Yo, me with glasses are undefeated though. I'm realizing that
You
shit.
wearing them?
Yeah, I look really
Hey.
smart.
Yeah, I think it makes people look smarter for sure. But like for me, it's like, yo, if you are like, if I already find you attractive and then you're wearing glasses, is done. Is done.
Okay, so you generally believe you're like at your best, like no one's better looking than you type shit. Are you attracted to women who are just like you, or are you attracted to the personality more?
Personality. And I can explain
Okay.
why if you want me to.
Yeah, explain why.
All right. So this is something I spent a lot of time thinking about. So like I said, I spent a lot of time being overweight. And like, so one thing I realized once I lost the weight is like, you know, as far as attraction or like wanting to go on a date, all of that stuff is surface level. So like, you know, the girls that would curve me in high school or middle school, whatever, like those girls would be open and like have been open or like reached out to me because like I look a certain way now, you know? So like, and my train of thought to that has always been, but I'm the same as I was, you know?
Yeah.
I just look a little bit better. Right. So like,
Okay.
so now it's like, now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, so the whole attraction thing, it fades because I can gain weight again. The girl can gain weight or what, not saying that weight necessarily means you're unattractive, but like, you know, your physical attributes can change and do change over time. You know, I could get a beer gut. Shorty could have a pregnancy and now she doesn't look, you know, like whatever it is. But what doesn't change, or for the most part doesn't change, is like the personality. And like, so that's
Yeah.
what I get, you know, like if I'm talking to, especially like in a public setting, like if I strike a conversation with someone and we're in a place where normally good conversations don't happen, like a
Yeah.
bar, for example, but we actually get a good conversation going, then I'm like, okay, like I'm more attracted to you now. Does that make sense?
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's like
So,
for me, you know,
so
that's
what do
like
you think you pull more of, personality or just looks?
I like the girls that I
You
talk to.
actually end up pulling, like, are on your team.
I would say I would say personality just because that's what I try to do, you
Yeah, but
know?
if you were to like measure objectively, like at 100 scale, are they 80% personality, 20% looks,
Oh, okay, I
or
get
is
what
it
you're
like
saying.
70% looks, 30% personality? If you
I
have to look at it
mean
objectively.
I mean like full transparency, like bro, you got to be attractive.
Oh
But the
yeah,
thing, you know what I mean? So like there has to be that ground level of like I see you and I
yeah,
want
they're
to
not,
talk to, you know.
yeah.
But like hey, I'll be honest, yo, there's been situations where like I might not find this girl actually attractive at first glance, but the conversation starts up, and then I'm like, oh, whoa, you know, and maybe that's the liquor, like whatever it is, but like, but like, yo, that can really happen, you know. So I guess it depends on the situation.
Yo, that's interesting.
Like, I think we all know like that man or woman who isn't attractive, but is just so confident and like entertaining and da da da.
Yeah.
So like they're able to like get your attention.
Okay, so
You know.
I really believe in this like wholeheartedly about whatever side you're on determines like naturally what you're able to get, and obviously there's exceptions to every rule.
Mm-hmm.
So like someone like me, what I've realized is that I am actually very into personality. I like to talk. I want to be someone I can talk to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Women who are, let's say, intellectually or personality match me, do not fuck with a kid.
Because they know what you're doing, huh?
Well, or they assume, or like, it's like I feel like people are I feel like people are competitive, and the relationships are a balance. So there's like the hoster, the great personality person, right? Then there's a willing to match them on the other things. Because like if you like and think about every relationship you've been around, there's always a talker of the relationship who like creates everything. The person's a little bit more quiet, they might laugh. But if you meet two people in a relationship who are both talkers, both the star of the show, both attention whores, like it does not
doesn't work. Right.
Because they're all fighting, they're always fighting for attention, right? So I realized that like I can get, and I'm really well aware of how I look, right? Like I understand. I can get some of the best looking females in the world. It has happened to me, where I can pull a really good looking girl, and I know it's because of my personality. Me and her do not connect though. I'm not attracted to her. You know, bad girls that I like thrown to the side because like I need to be able to talk to you about some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, one of the, like I said, personality is like super attractive, but like one of the most attractive things is like intelligence. You know?
Yeah.
Like if me and you can go deep on something, like, and this is with friendships and relationships to me. Like if I'm able to like if me and you can tackle a heavy subject with like a level of respect toward each other, and also like you're bringing some good points to the table, like woo, like hey, and the fact if I find you attractive on top of that, bro, it's
exactly, bro. I need that, and I be fucking playing with people too much, and I might just say some crazy shit, and now they like see people who just like go along with it. I'm like, what the fuck? And then versus the people like who are like, nah, right? And so for me, it's like I love to have a woman to be like, nah, shut up, that's stupid. But I realized,
bro, I think that's why. I mean, me and you have talked about like we don't really enjoy like the bar environment that much, because that's where me and you struggle. Is like, you know, I'm trying to talk, but like this is a really bad place to do that. You know what I mean? And so like
in a different way.
Yeah. And so, but you know, like the bar and the club dynamic, it's all physical attraction. That's all that dynamic is. You know, so like for me and you, where we're like, you know, I mean, we both said like we're confident enough to talk to whoever. Like for me and you, and like me and you are attracted to personality, so like those situations we don't prefer for that reason. You know.
No, exactly.
I've always said like I'm gonna meet my wife in a coffee shop or like a library or something.
Yeah.
That's where you have that connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like I meet my wife on like some business shit, to be honest.
You think you would do well with someone who is like a hustler like you? You think 100%.
So? Yeah. 100%.
What happens if they're super competitive? Like, because to me, I could see a situation where like you and your wife are always like competing against each other and never competing with each other. Ooh, that's deep.
You know well, I mean? I think you have to find somebody who is willing for someone else to take the charge in certain situations. And I think there's like a healthy competition of like someone who's challenges you to be better every single day. Like, and like
fitness is a good example of that.
Exactly,
you know,
right?
Like having your wife be your run buddy or your husband be your run buddy, like that's a type of like pushing. you know?
Yeah, and I'm also doing that shit for low key security. Like, I'm also awesome. Like, all right, like, let's say I get a blown knee and I can't play anymore.
Hmm.
Like, we got 2 incomes coming in,
Right.
Chris. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
It's
like,
a business decision.
it's a business decision first. My mom was a worker, so I grew up around strong women.
Hmm.
So I'm also
Hmm.
like, don't. I'm not against stay-at-home moms. I guess it depends like who I end up marrying and like what is the situation. But like, I would love for her to have a career and do what she wants to do, like her impact on the world.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
funny
I'm
you
saying?
say that because that's always been my outlook is like I'm more than okay with having a stay-at-home wife. Like
Yeah,
obviously, like you know, who wouldn't want their kids raised by their mom? But
exactly.
like I don't want to be with someone who that's been their goal their whole life, you know? Because for one, I'm not trying to have kids right now anyway.
Well, isn't that well, isn't that like every? Not I shouldn't say every, but a lot of women's goals to have kids and be
No,
married.
I'm saying like the difference between,
Oh,
you
like
know,
stay-at-home mom goal.
yeah,
Like
like
my goal
hey, my
is
I
find this
want
guy and I
right,
don't do shit.
right. They want to
Love it.
marry someone who can take care
Marry
of
someone.
the
Right.
finance, and then I'm gonna take care of the house. Now
Yeah.
that like there's nothing wrong with that. That's the traditional way that we do things. But for me, it's like, yo, I want, you know, I think kids in my 30s is probably where I'm looking at. So for, you know, I'm 23 right now. So from 23 to 30, I want to grind with you and, you know, achieve as much as we can. And then at 30, if you decide to be a stay-at-home mom, yeah, that's cool because I know that like my kids are being raised by someone who has it in them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Not saying that
No.
like stay-at-home
Oh
moms
yeah.
don't, right? But like if,
It's a
you
ride or
know,
die shit.
yeah, like I want you to be ambitious and a go-getter, right? But if you decide to channel that ambition into kids, there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's just a different way to channel it, you know?
Yeah. And like for me, it's like I want to spend so much time with somebody because you know how I am. Like I'd rather be by my goddamn self. Like I have to be
Facts. Me
like
too.
I have to be like like
I need
really
that
fucking.
recharge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I have to be really fucking with you. And if I go like to a business meeting or like an event, like not only do I want someone that's like gorgeous, but I want someone to be like, yo, we're trying to like buy this thing, we're trying to do this, and like be on it type shit. We're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we're like,
Like
they're like, oh,
if we
bro,
go go
we'll
ahead.
talk about the deals. Like, no, talk to her about that. That's her shit.
Mm,
Like I'll support her and back her up. Like, there's
yeah.
no,
I mean that comes down to the intelligence thing.
yeah, there's
Like
no talk to
I don't want to
this.
go to a dinner party or whatever or a business meeting and like you're sitting there like dozed off, confused, not knowing what's going on. Like I want to be
Yeah,
able to sit with you in the car and be like, hey, just so you know, this is the person we're trying to make friends with. We're trying to get this deal. So you got to help me. You know what I mean?
she's like,
This
I got you.
this is
Type
his
shit.
wife. You got to make sure you make friends with her because we're trying to hit it up. You know,
And she's
like
just good at it. Type
yeah,
shit.
that's you need a teammate. You
You
know
need
what
a
I mean?
teammate, a partner. That's why I always tell people like, I'm not trying to look for no wife. I want a partner in life.
Yeah. I don't want a fan. I want a teammate. You know what I mean? I don't want someone who's like rooting for me. I
Oh,
want you to be,
yes.
yeah. I don't
You
want
know,
you to
no
root
fan.
for me. I want you to be on the court with me. You know
I
what I
ain't
mean?
fucking fans, bro.
I don't want fans. I want a teammate.
Yes,
And I also don't want a burden.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? I don't want a teammate who gets hurt every 5 minutes and has to go on the bench for some Gatorade.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? I need a teammate who's gonna push through this injury, and we're gonna take an ice bath later. We'll worry about it when we get home. You know,
Ah,
I'm preaching.
you're preaching
I'm
right now.
preaching.
Nah, you want someone that when the roads get bumpy, they with it type shit.
Yeah, when road gets bumpy, you put on the off-road tires. Like,
Be
what's
like,
up?
babe, I got it type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, we pushing through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like since I've been a kid, like I've always dreamt of like marrying like a boss, you know. And I think it's because that's what I grew up with.
Mm,
Well, my mom was the boss at her job, so it
yeah.
was just oh, you know.
Mhm.
And my dad was a boss in his shit too.
Yeah. For me, like having someone like that is gonna really help me because like I'm not the best at like keeping a schedule or keeping a task list, you know? So having someone who is really good at that would be super beneficial for me. Like someone I can say, hey, next week I'm trying to do this and this. Can you help me get a little bit more organized? You know, because that's I
Yeah,
think if I
that
lined
shit
up
right
like
there. Balance your
yeah,
weaknesses.
yeah,
You
I want
need
you,
that.
yeah, like you know, 'cause I think I would say like one of my biggest weaknesses is my lack of organization.
Same.
Um, And so like having
You need an
someone,
operator woman. You need a woman that can operate shit.
yeah,
Just
but the struggle for me is like, but if we go on vacation, I don't want a list from you about what we're doing that day. You know what I'm saying? So like that's for me, that's gonna be the hard balance. Is like, yo, a planner would be great, but yo, sometimes you got to be able to turn it off.
true.
Because one of my favorite things is like going to somewhere new and just exploring and just getting lost.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
I can't be with someone who's like, okay, but at 2 p.m. we got, and then at 3 p.m. You know, like I can't do that.
No,
You know?
I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way too. Like on vacation, I just want to like visit.
Yeah. Like, hey, if you hand me a list on vacation, it's not gonna go well. I promise.
It sucks like the fun out of it.
Yeah. Or like,
You know what's about to happen, so like you're less excited.
yeah. Or like,
All
why
right,
we're on vacation? Why is there a structure?
We're gonna be here at this time.
Yeah.
Versus than just being like,
Yo, what you
all
trying
right,
to do?
what you trying to do? Like, let's go
Yeah.
here, let's walk, let's like explore, like.
Yeah, or like just Google like, yo, best things to do in Chicago, and then you pick the first one that comes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you just get like how.
That's what I'd like to do. Like, I've gone to Chicago a few times, and every time it's just I Google.
Chicago's lit.
Yeah, every time I just Google, hey, best food. All right, that's where we're going. Best entertainment. All right, that's where we're going. You know what I mean?
We're going. Like, this is fucking go.
Yeah, that's how I like to roll.
We
So
were
like,
tripping though, bro. We were walking around drunk in Chicago. We shouldn't have been doing that.
yeah, we were on some hot boy stuff.
Anyway, don't really remember what happened. So
yeah, we here though. Shout out Dave. No, it's it's funny. So we can wrap up relationship talk. One of the things that I've been thinking about this week for whatever reason is like related to music. I've been thinking about how, this is great. This is like some like hits blunt type thought.
Yeah.
But like, think about how crazy it is that like we have music that sounds the way it does.
Yeah.
And like, because like it's made up, like it's from nothing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like put this into words. Like,
I'm trying to follow.
When the world was made, however you believe the world was made.
Yeah.
There was no music, there was no drums, there was no microphone,
Yeah.
And somehow we've got to this point where like there's genres of music that we all like, and we love music, and music brings people together.
Yeah.
But in some alternate universe, we're listening to some like bebop music that no one's ever heard of, that doesn't sound good to us. And I don't know, it's just like, it's such a weird thought to me. Like we've progressed to where we believe like Playboy Cardi, Gunna, like that's the cool music right now.
Yeah.
But like in an alternate universe, Frank Ocean never comes out, and we don't have, or Young Thug never comes out, Lil Wayne never comes out, and we don't have these artists, and music sounds completely different.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just like I've been thinking about it a lot, like how important, I guess the way to put it is like, every now and then one of these generational talents comes along, for example Young Thug, who completely changes how music sounds.
Yeah.
And now like voice inflections are cool, and doing a baby voice or these high screeches, like that's like cool and acceptable in rap. And it's just like so interesting to me, because like what if Young Thug never came along?
Yeah. So
I don't know why I've been thinking about that, but I have.
No, I think I get what you mean. And I think where it starts to me, like in the music side of shit, is just the foundation. Like we had so much great foundational artists.
Mm-hmm.
So that great music created this music today.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of artists who, for example, didn't say much in their music. It wasn't lyric heavy. So Playboy Cardi is just like a version.
Just like an updated version of that, right?
But then you get people like a Lil Wayne, who's a modern rapper, who started playing around with this concept of being a rock star, bigger than just a rapper. He started singing more than he should be singing, right? And then you see what burst out of his generation. Because, to be honest, he was a GOAT in his own right. Right?
I think he is. He is a GOAT.
He is a GOAT in his own right. And so when you start going through music, it's like, all right, Michael Jackson's a GOAT in his own right. So that's where like pop music went. The 808s, the drums, the dancing with it. That's all really hit him popularizing it and making that the standard. If you're the king of pop, you dance and you sing.
Hmm.
You're fresher than a motherfucker.
Or I mean,
Right? You know what I'm saying?
even going back farther than that, like if Elvis had never bridged the gap between rock and roll and the mainstream, then like rock as a genre would have never flourished, or it would have gone a different way. You know,
Yeah.
because it's pretty well understood that Elvis stole the sound of rock and kind of like, you know, I guess made it more acceptable as being a white man. You know, like made it more mainstream, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, what if he never came along? Then like, does rock stay a black genre forever and just it never goes mainstream? You know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, like that version of that was gonna happen regardless. I think Elvis, people like that,
Post Malone.
people like Post Malone, people like Eminem, like
Mm.
they are fans and they respect it. So it was never
Yeah.
intended to be disrespect, but they
Right.
knew,
It's just, hey, this is the music I like. I want to make music like that.
but
You know?
they knew what it was, and I feel like in an opportunistic way, they didn't want to miss their opportunity. Like,
Mm-hmm.
who is Eminem to not rap because he feels like white people shouldn't be rapping?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we would never got 8 Mile,
Right.
and then we would have never had Mac Miller.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So
there's
like,
these like pivoting moments in music that if they happen a different way, then we're talking about Marvel movie alternative universe and music sounds completely different, you know?
yeah, if little Richie didn't have Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles playing with him, then rock wouldn't have been the way it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's all connected. And so, like, to your point, is just like then you see a Young Thug comes on, and I think it's one part what they're willing to do vocally and like sonically creating a sound, and then what they're willing to do with the actions of it. Because not only has he created his own sound, he just gave us and himself handpicked what he thinks people should listen to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like so many artists have came out the Young Thug.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. I was watching a video on Twitter today. It was from like 2013. It was a music video with Migos and Young Thug and Lil Baby's in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, like you knew he was gonna be the guy back then, you know?
Yeah, Lil Baby tells stories about that shit.
Yeah, and I think that's, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to Atlanta in general. Like, I think.
Why do you say it like that, Atlanta?
How you supposed to say Atlanta? What you want me to say?
No, it's just funny. I wasn't expecting that shit.
How you say it?
I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta. How you say it?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Anyway,
Well, that's how I say it. I don't know if that's right.
from the A. From the A.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if there is like a rap Hall of Fame, but it definitely deserves to get put up there because you talk about like the art. Well, actually, that's tough because I'm not going to start that debate. I don't know about that. But at the moment, like you know,
they deserve a Mount Rushmore. Atlanta.
Yeah, like at the moment, like Atlanta as a city has this insane ability to know what's the next artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Atlanta has given us so much fucking good music.
Especially in the past 10 years.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah, I would say it was like
come on, bro. Let's talk about the South, bro. They got good music.
They got good
It's
football. They got good music. They got good food.
It's just that the North, we especially in New York, is just the capital of entertainment, a capital of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, we were used to definitely in hip hop, the Biggie, and like I've confirmed that Biggie's the greatest rapper of all time. But like, just fucking period.
Really?
Yeah.
That's new. When did that happen? Or what made you feel that way?
I was playing Biggie last night, and I'm like, bro, the fact that people talk about designer getting money, fucking bitches.
Oh, are you talking about like I mean, in terms of trends, there's stuff that Biggie did that was like 20 years ahead of his time, bro.
No, like he is the foundation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's from the birthplace of rap, you know?
Bars. Now there's the best rapper of all time is probably Jay-Z. Like,
here we go. Best first greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't write anything down.
Yeah, like the most talented MC.
Like he's right. So like there you go. Like other people, I don't write my lyrics, but their lyrics are never profound. Anyway. to never write anything down, recite everything you've ever wrote, to remember it all in your head, never forget what you wrote down or you didn't write down, and then to say profound shit and use
Yeah, I was
double
gonna say, and
entendres
yeah,
and to make hit songs all at the same time. There's a lot of great rappers out there, like but who never have a hit record like that,
or even a crazy punchline.
so they can't make good music. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So then
yeah,
it's like at the end of the day, he's like he's the best to do it technically.
mm,
The greatest, and he is immortalized, is Biggie. But like the chains, the swag, that's all Diddy, Biggie. Like that is part of hip hop. That is part of like it's like listen to old Biggie when you get a chance, bro, and think about like his flows. And
I was gonna
shit.
say his cadence, his flows, like his delivery.
Biggie there every night, like
Mm.
he's like telling you a story, like. I was like, bro,
No,
if you take a
yeah,
Biggie verse right now and put it on a Little Baby song, it still sounds fire.
probably. Yeah, if it just matched the BPM, like it probably would
It'll
work.
sound fire,
Right,
and it wouldn't
right.
be off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, part of me thinks about like how crazy the discography of Tupac, Biggie, like how crazy, how long, how extensive would their discography be if they didn't get taken so young, you know?
And so
Especially like
fire.
not only so young, but so young in their music careers, you know? Like Biggie has 2 albums, I think,
Yeah, I think only
you know?
officially. Yeah,
And it's like, man, imagine if he was 10 albums deep, you know? And imagine if he was
that's what
doing
I'm
a
saying.
collab with Dave East right now, like talking about the New York. Like there's a lot of things that you miss out on. But it's funny because like, you know, Biggie hasn't been around for so long, but you can still see the impact on the game, especially in New York.
Yeah,
You know,
especially in Europe, but in the culture, like
yeah,
rappers are still getting killed.
still drinking Hennessy,
Yeah,
still wearing Coogee sweaters.
like and like,
Yeah,
you see my tweet the other day? I was like, I want someone to do like the number of like the amount of free
rappers we've
endorsement
lost.
and paid media
Oh,
that like rappers have given these brands.
mm,
Biggie's rapping about Coogee, Gucci
yeah.
from the '90s, like,
Mm-hmm.
like like Louis Vuitton, like they've been talking about this shit, and they still talk about it,
Well, that's always what made me
and they
think
don't get
about
paid.
like, yo, the labels. I've always wondered. I like this conspiracy, but like, yo, some of the labels have to own some of these companies, or at least have a stake in some of these companies. Because like, why do we continue to shout out like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever it is, for no gain whatsoever? And
Sold out.
if you think about like how music works and how for the most part like the industry works, like every decision is money based. So it's like, does Atlantic own 40% of Gucci, and that's why all their rappers shot it? You know what I mean? There's got to be something weird in there.
I think individuals who were smart at the time caught on and started buying stake and
Hmm.
stocks.
That's what I mean.
And
Like,
valuable thing.
does
I don't think it was like
the CEO of Interscope own 20% of Louis Vuitton, and like every artist that shouts it out gets a couple 100,000? Like, what? I don't know.
no, I
You know what I
don't
mean?
think it's like that. But that guy who is an exec of rap music and picks the songs that he thinks should be on somebody's album
Mm-hmm.
may have stock in there, and so in a way he's double dipping because he's getting paid
Mm.
off the success of the song, and he's also getting paid of that value going up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like we all know that Beats by Dre was Jimmy Iovine using the greatest producer of all time
Mm-hmm.
and created a headphone
As
line,
a marketing. Yeah.
and then sold it to Apple. That's a prime example of like double dipping. Dre
Mm-hmm.
was CEO of Universal. He run that shit. It wasn't his shit.
He was definitely like foundational part of it.
So like the biggest label in the world. He's getting paid of all this anyway. So and then his time, everyone's making music. Then he like creates a side business where he's like whatever. Then he gets Dre to be part of it. So now LeBron James and all these people are wearing Beats by Dre. And then he flips it and sells it to Apple Music for billions.
Mm.
And then he becomes CEO of Apple Music.
Mm.
I can't wait till when he died. Not can't wait till he died, but wait till they do like a biopic on him.
Yeah. The 30 for 30 or whatever.
Bro,
Yeah.
I don't know who's had a better career or
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I mean, when it comes to like business moves made within music, there's a lot of names, you know, like we don't give enough credit to Diddy, but Diddy's on that list of names. 50
Oh,
Cent's on that list of names. Like there's a lot of artists that have like almost
so rock,
stor-
bro.
yeah, there's some artists that have almost picture perfectly transitioned into business, and most of it's been behind the scenes. You know, like
Because
a lot of people think 50% or 50%, like 50, that's funny. It's funny.
that's funny. I think.
Like most people think 50 Cent is an actor on what is he Empire or is he Power?
No, Power. That's his show.
Yeah, most people think he's just on it, and a lot of people. Well, that's probably a bad example because he's the face of it.
No,
But
I get what you mean. Like they haven't really caught on to the transition because in their mind, he's still the rapper.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
But
like they don't realize that. Oh, no, he's the executive, he's the producer. You know what I mean?
yeah, like he's taken his likeness and put it somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we just talked about streams and revenue as a business.
Right.
It makes a lot of sense, and I think Dane Dash, the Jay Z's were the ones who popularized it, really,
Mm-hmm.
because they were hustlers first.
Yeah.
Music was a hustle. But they're like, we can take the songs and sell it to the streets. They looked at it as like another hustle to make money. Because like you hear the stories, they're already fly. They already went to the clubs, and people want to dress like them, and like it was just like how ASAP and all these cool kids in New York are just cool for just being cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they like Ian Connor puts on a chain, and now like people calling that chain is not cool type shit.
Right.
And then like they started putting music behind it because they could sell that. They might not could sell that chain, but yo, we can sell that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then like watching Rockaware, and then because of them, Lior created 360 deal.
Mm.
Literally because of how much money, because they only remember the record label only got paid off the music,
Right.
not the merch, not the touring. So
Yeah,
they created
and
360 deal because of how Jay-Z got rich off that.
Tyler the Creator and that crew deserve a lot of credit for the similar thing. Although I think theirs was more from a standpoint of like, yo, this is what we do, we have fun. But and I think it just worked really well. But yo, that whole team, they've built like a business. I mean, if you
No,
take,
Odd
like,
Future, Tyler the
musically,
Creator.
yeah, our future as a brand, Loiter Squad as a show, like, you know.
One, we wouldn't have gotten I Don't Give a Fuck music without Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because he's almost 30. He had a run, still on a run.
Think it like if they don't come around, do we have like that Florida run of like XXX and Ski Mask? Like, do they come around if we never have like the ignorant kids in high school going crazy?
No,
you know,
we've never gotten Frank Ocean, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean,
remember that.
Yeah, that's what like I think like going back to the point that I made at the start was like, think about how many things have gone a certain way to lead us to where we are now. Like, and I'm just talking about music. I mean, you could apply that line of thinking to anything. But like, yo, if this artist doesn't come around, then this whole genre doesn't exist. And I don't know. It's just been on my mind a lot. I don't know why. You know?
No, like it's
yeah. It's just interesting to think about, like, you know, cause and effect is such a real thing. And it's so prevalent in music to me. But
no, yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so shout out to Biggie, RIP.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before we wrap, I gotta dip in a sec. But do you have any music?
You got a date?
No, I have to dip in a second. Ain't no dating going on, bro.
You got like quarantine dating?
I got nowhere to go.
Oh damn.
We got some music recommendations. You got anything you want to tell people to listen to real quick?
You go first.
All right, Polo G. You know, he was on my album of the year list last year. He dropped a project. It's, at least so far, not as good as last year's project, but I am enjoying it. Future dropped. You know, we gotta show some love to Future.
Oh, real quick, what do you think about Future's project? I actually fuck with it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. There was definitely, I would say, like the middle third, like the second third of the project, I was a little bit like bored of.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, it started off really well and it ended really well. So it's solid.
Did you ever get a chance to listen to Kalani's project at all?
No, I haven't got to that yet.
It's straight. It's pretty good.
Lil Durk dropped. Young Bane. I don't know. Are you familiar with Young Bane from
Yeah, yeah,
UK? He
yeah.
dropped a project that's like it's a good mixture of like drill and radio stuff, so easy to digest. But
Um,
yeah, for me, it's like Polo G, and then Benny the Butcher dropped a track called Quarantine that I've been.
oh, I haven't heard that yet.
It's only on YouTube, so you have to peep it on there. But
Okay.
it's fire.
Um, I honestly like. I've been listening to like a lot of R&B lately, a lot of old shit, a lot of
Mm,
old Party Next Door, a lot of Brent Fayez. Uh,
can't go
Party
wrong.
Next Door. Party Next Door dropped a song with Trippie Red, which is straight.
Mm,
I also been listening back to back. Remember Big Sean's quarter freestyles he did?
yeah,
So I've been listening to those a lot on SoundCloud.
back when he used to rap.
Yeah, back when we thought he was gonna be the greatest rapper of all time.
For
He
real.
failed us all.
Not yet. Nah, he hasn't failed us out yet.
But he still hasn't dropped Detroit 2 yet. Like we didn't hear the
It's
snippet.
on the way. He's working on it right now.
I'm mad that he hasn't dropped that
It's
one.
coming. It's coming this year.
Yeah, he should have dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop it before Drake drops his. Like don't make you know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
you don't want to compete with him.
Yeah, so I'll drop before Drake drops his because as soon as Drake drops, that's the whole end of
Yeah,
the summer.
that's the end of the
Until
next
next
3
year.
months. Yeah.
Let's end for the year. It's all gonna be Drake music. Like he dropped the Dumber takes and everyone keeps playing it over and over again.
Throwaways.
Also, shout out to the 7th. He sent me a link to some a mixtape he's about to drop, which is fucking hard.
It's good.
Oh, dude, that shit was hard. And then Sango dropped a mix,
Yeah. Yeah, that mix is crazy.
which is fucking just nutty. So, shout out to Savon. He keeps dropping dope music. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything else. Lil TJ dropped, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh, really? All right,
Yeah.
what's the best shit?
Oh, and then Heady One dropped a track called Rose Gold, which is nonstop been on repeat for me. That shit is crazy.
Yes, I've been on Heady One.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation about UK drill soon.
Yeah,
Season 2, we'll save it. We'll save it.
Yeah, I feel like UK drill, just real quick, is never gonna like. There's too much talent.
There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent.
Like the roads are endless. Like it's never gonna be.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. Roads endless. Like think about like how far it's came, bro.
In just 3
5,
years
6?
max.
Yeah, 5
like
years
even
maybe.
yeah.
Like a lot of people, Skepta was the first introduction into like a UK brand.
Artist or whatever.
He's been doing music with Drake and a whole bunch of other people for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
you can go a little bit back farther than that, like Tiny Tempa and Dizzy Rascal. Like that was like 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
And now we're at this point where like Heady One and like UK drill is like the hottest shit over there.
Yo, Skepta just dropped the track. He dropped the whole.
Just
project.
now? Like today?
It's called Insomnia. What? No, he dropped it. What day is it today?
It's the 13th, 17th.
No, he dropped it in March 27th.
Oh no, yeah, that's a collab tape. Have you not listened to that yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, bro, yeah. That's him, Chip, and Young Ads from D Block Europe.
Oh, okay. I didn't click on it. Now I clicked on it.
No, yeah, you gotta listen to this, bro.
Bro, what? Where have I been, dude?
It's fire. It's fire.
Okay.
Shout out Chip. Link Up TV did a documentary about his beefs back in the day, and it was entertaining.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should watch it. It's like him versus Bugsy Malone. Like Unknown T, I think was the other one. It's a good documentary. It's like 45 minutes. It's solid.
I need Skepta and Adele on the track ASAP.
Adele?
And Skepta on the track ASAP.
You seen that Adele birthday picture she put up?
Yeah, bro. She look good.
Shorty's looking gorgeous. And she can sing. I might have to change my celebrity crush, bro.
Who's your celebrity crush right now?
I think I said Gal Gadot last time. I need me a Wonder Woman. She's Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder Woman. She cold.
Yeah, gorgeous. And she's like 5'10". Used to be in the army. She cold.
You know who Snow is?
Snow Allegra?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's my current crush right now.
Come on.
It's something about these big ass foreheads. Like this, like.
You relate to him.
Yeah, I got big ass head. I'm just into it, bro.
Yeah, great minds think alike. Hey.
That's one like forehead type shit.
Y'all could just like
You know what I'm saying?
headbutt. That's how you connect.
Yeah, exactly. All
All right, I gotta slide out of here.
right, bro. Have fun on your date, G.
Bro, I'm going to the track. It's workout number 2.
With the girl.
No,
You
with
bad
men,
liar, bro.
with males.
You're such a bad liar.
Hey,
Ladies,
bro, pull up,
still shoot your shot.
and you'll see me there. Appreciate everybody listening. The 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever away from season 2, second year. Like we said, we got some good things coming, so make sure y'all pay attention.
Pay attention.
All right.
Pay attention.
Any closing thoughts?
I love every single one of you guys.
There you
Being
go.
great.